explore how to access the wisdom and intelligence from within us to increase our health and vitality from the inside out. My name is Afua from Renewed Spirit Life, and today my guest is Charity Blechinger. So Charity is a culinary nutrition and lifestyle coach from the Academy of Culinary Nutrition. Charity is also a certified meditation teacher, certified crystal healer, and master teacher of Usui Reiki. She holistically supports her clients' health and wellness through culinary nutrition and lifestyle coaching and energy balancing techniques to find the internal balance of their mind, body, and spirit. Charity owns and operates Crystal Blue Wellness and is co-owner of Ethos Center for Health and Happiness in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. So thank you, Charity, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
When I first heard of you, Charity, I heard like the most amazing review of your crystal healing methods.
Oh, thank you.
The review is just like vibrating, like she is so amazing.
Awesome.
With crystals. So I'm really looking forward to learning about the nutrition aspect and the energy aspect and how that all goes.
For sure.
So just please tell us, like you have a very holistic way,
Yes.
Nutrition, lifestyle, energy. How does this work? And
so to start, probably with the what I've termed it as crystal Reiki healing. So I use universal life force energy, which comes through our Reiki modality, in my treatments. And so we help bring balance. We boost our immune system. It helps with stress. And we work on the 7 major chakra centers, but I also work with the other imbalances that are occurring in the body. So if someone has pain, anxiety, I can get very specific. What's unique about my practice is the crystals that I use. So we're using, the crystals have the energy from Mother Earth, and they're always in balance. And so what I find in our body, when we become unbalanced, we kind of get that dis-ease. So our body gets unbalanced and we start to develop maybe some more stress. Our immune system gets impaired. And so we can use, energy healing as well as the crystals to bring that body into balance. So when you come for a treatment with me, I set you up, and your body is really full of geometric patterns of crystals. And those crystals are specific to you at that treatment. And the next time someone might come, it's a completely different set of crystals because it's what your body needs, and the crystals all have their own healing function, their own healing ability, and the effects that they have on the body. They're always a stable energy. So they can bring that natural alkaline state into our body. So combining the two methods really works well with one another. So
I just want to talk about a couple points there about the crystals, because you mentioned that the energy of the crystals is like aligned with the Mother Earth's energy, and it's a stable energy. And you also mentioned about the geometry of it.
Correct.
This like it really kind of, because some people are looking at it like it's just a stone. Like, how could this be doing it? But it's like it has its own medicine.
It has its own healing medicine, its own healing properties and effects on the body. But it also can change the frequencies in a room. So you don't necessarily have to have a treatment to have the benefits of a crystal. So we can wear crystals to help us. We can put them in a room to change the dynamics and energy in that room. So in my house, for example, in our bedrooms, our go-to crystals are selenite and amethyst. And that changes the complete dynamic of that room to allow us to get rid of energies we didn't need during the day, but it creates a calm and serene environment as well. So we have that peaceful sleep when we go to bed. So it's a very quite balancing effect, the two modalities together, because really universal light force energy comes from up above, whereas then we think from the crystals that energy is coming from below. So it has this very balancing effect on the body.
Wow, I really like to hear that. Yeah, so the crystal's bringing it from below, and when you're doing the Reiki and bringing that energy, so it really, you're getting a wide spectrum of energy to heal the body.
Correct. And we want the body to be in that alkaline state. So when we have an imbalance, so even a headache or some sort of pain, that's our body giving us a clue that something is off.
Right.
And so we don't necessarily, for me, you don't have to always go to some sort of medication, but there's a different method that we can help bring that alkaline state to the body in a more natural way.
Yeah. Ooh, this is exciting. So now, what about the nutrition and the lifestyle? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so what I do with the culinary nutrition and lifestyle is I help people use food as medicine. Just from personal experience, that's what I have done. And so it's all about, even if you just wanted to create more of a healthy lifestyle, we go through a detailed plan of where you're currently at and figure out where you want to go. And then you can you can just take a plan and take it with you and follow the guidance in there, or we can work together one-on-one to help you reach those goals. You know, we pick a goal and then we work over a few months to help you reach the goals and the targets on there, because it can be overwhelming. So that's what I do. So if you have a condition like diabetes, or you suffer from migraines or eczema, I work with that. We create a plan. We figure out the best healing foods for your body, the foods that you should be avoiding, and the lifestyle practices that you need to include. Because we can eat as healthy as we want, but if we don't have the lifestyle practices to go with that, it's not going to help. Our body isn't going to heal, and we're just going to get frustrated. So I like to determine a holistic approach with a W, right? Because it's all encompassing. It's not, we can't fix just one thing by doing one thing. There's little tweaks that have to take place, and it can be very overwhelming. So that's why I do the coaching piece of it, is to help make people successful in that. And for some, it can include energy healing. The crystal Reiki is part of that, but that might not be what everybody wants, right? So they have that option to build that piece of it in.
Oh, well, I'm kind of interested because I have had eczema on and off in my life.
Yes.
And so there's the physical aspect of like a dairy allergy, not intolerance, but allergy to dairy. And then also there's the stress piece. So I could put on a cream and it might help the eczema.
Yep.
But if I'm not doing other things to reduce my stress, it's not going to do anything.
Absolutely.
So because I can see that in that's why you have to do everything. You don't just need to avoid the certain foods or eat more. There's also, so I'm also curious, what kind of lifestyle shifts or what kind of lifestyle suggestions do you actually,
recommend?
Yeah.
So I even start with people doing a kitchen clean out.
That's interesting.
That's huge. So part of working with me is also helping people eliminate a lot of the preservatives in food and going to a whole, like a natural base, making your food from scratch. So we start with that kitchen clean out because a lot of the things we use in our kitchen have toxins in them, and it impacts our health. So that's one of the first things that we work on. In terms of other lifestyle changes, the next big one is sleep. Your body isn't going to heal if you're not getting enough sleep. So how are we going to fit it in so that you can get 8 hours of sleep? And I think one of the most underrated things is a bedtime routine for people. We make it prevalent for children, but it is just as prevalent for adults, right? Having those
how do you settle down? Like we've been going all day, and just like the kids, they're so wound up. So if you don't calm it down... But then, like you said, we don't apply that to ourselves necessarily.
Correct.
And so that's awesome.
So when we set ourselves up with those lifestyle practices, we actually find we have more energy during the day and we become more productive. And we actually can clue in when our energy is out of balance, and then kind of take a look back and see, okay, what shifts do I need to make?
Yeah, and make better decisions, because when we're tired, you know, we don't always make the best decisions because we're too tired to make the better decision.
And the other thing is making small incremental changes. I think where people get overwhelmed is they do this big overhaul, and then in a month they crash and they're like, I'm done. Mm-hmm. So that's what else I help people do, is we make small incremental changes so that it's going to be a lasting effect on your health. Definitely. Right? And so if you have a day where you maybe slip up a bit, it's okay, right?
Yeah. It's not like everything came crashing down that day.
Correct, yeah.
Now, I'm curious as to how did you get involved with all of this?
Actually, two facets. One through my own health and one through my children's health.
Okay.
So the culinary nutrition was, I ended up, after the birth of our youngest son, I was very severely sick for about 3 months after him. And I ended up with meningitis. And it developed into chronic migraines. And it was literally like living in a glass ball, looking out, or a crystal ball looking out. And actually, my instructor at the program that I took at the Academy of Culinary Nutrition, I saw her on a daytime TV show called Stephen and Chris.
Okay.
And I was just fascinated. So I did some research on her and her background and how she came to be, and it just really resonated with me. So I made a lot of those changes in my lifestyle, and it really helped. And then last year I plunged and says it's time to take the course so that I can help other people see that we can heal our body through the right lifestyle and food changes. So yeah, that's a bit about how that is. And so now, actually, 8 years later, I'm on no medication to prevent migraines, to take migraines. I found that what works for me, you know, if a migraine I feel coming, I actually take an amethyst crystal in the middle of my forehead and go to bed. Bizarre, but you know, it works. From a person, I would actually have to go to the emergency room for IV drugs to help with that, where now I don't have to take anything.
Right, because there's a lot of people who've had some major sicknesses and maybe kind of the bulk of it kind of gets resolved, but there's still these lingering effects going on in the body, and so how to really amp up the system.
Yeah, when one thing's out of balance, generally there's going to be more parts of our system that's out of balance. You know, we really want to have good gut health, all those types of things. Yeah. And then I guess on the other perspective, how I got into crystal healing was with our oldest son. He has a severe anxiety disorder and 2 sensory processing disorders. And my husband was in tax season, so there was a rock show in Saskatoon. And I took the boys to it, and he picked out all these rocks, and I was like, why does he seem more balanced when we got home? So I kind of dug in a little deeper and realized the effects these stones were having on him.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so then I dived in, took Hibiscus Moon Crystal Academy certification to learn more about the scientific methodology and effects of crystals on the body and how to use them in various different ways. And ultimately use them as a treatment to help other people find that balance.
Yeah, and anxiety is, you know, in youth, in adults, in everybody is like so huge and the medications are just kind of calming the symptoms but aren't really balancing the body so that you're not kind of repeating this cycle.
Yeah. So he actually now is off all his medication as well and is a very high functioning 13-year-old.
That's so amazing.
Yeah. And you know, when I look at both methods together, our youngest son has 4 nut allergies, an eczema, and asthma. And, you know, he intuitively knows now, you know, Mommy, can I use Reiki? No, Mom, can I have that crystal? And it's starting at that young age, educating children even on their food. So he knows if he has too much sugar, that his asthma is going to kind of flare up, whereas eczema is going to flare up, right? So yeah, that's sort of how I got into the both perspectives, I guess. And I've kind of just realized over the last year how to kind of blend those two together, because I think they mesh very seamlessly, and has had a big impact in our home.
Wow. Well, that is really amazing. So now the next question I have for you is, what kind of practical tool or tip do you have for the people watching that in any of these modalities? What kind of thing?
A couple come to my mind, and the first practical tip, because I know not everyone's going to want to go out and use crystals or anything like that, is figure out how you can get 8 hours of sleep. No screen time an hour before you go to bed. That's huge. Your sleep's going to improve, I bet you, within a week. The next tip, make small incremental changes. And if you're trying to improve your meals, start with one. Master that meal, and then improve the next meal. And don't overcomplicate it. So you can make a really healthy muffin on a Sunday, and you have breakfast for your entire week.
Yeah, good idea.
And then for the people that, I guess, like crystals.
Yeah.
You know, when you...
I think there's going to be some watching.
When you walk into the store, the crystal that you need is going to talk to you. I think I've fallen into it many times, where you go into the store with a set agenda of crystals, but you come home with completely opposite of what you need, because they're going to let you know. You're going to be guided to the ones that you need.
Right.
But if you wanted a simple starter kit, a rose quartz, amethyst, selenite, black tourmaline, and a clear quartz, that's a great little starter pack.
So let's say that again.
Okay, rose quartz, amethyst, black tourmaline, selenite, and clear quartz. Carry them in your purse. You can actually place them around a glass of water, and it'll infuse into the water the energy from those crystals. And my favorite is using them in a bath with some Epsom salts.
I haven't
Part of
done
your
that.
bedtime routine.
I haven't done that for a while. Oh,
Yeah.
I've just been having kids' toys in my bath. So,
Yeah.
so that'll be nice to bring
Yeah.
some crystals back in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Except for the selenite.
Selenite is
Selenite
not
will
as, it's not as, the Mohs hardness scale is a little bit softer on that one, so
Right.
you want to watch with that one. But the rest are very much can go in the water and very beneficial for your health.
Okay. All right. Now, how can people get in touch with you? How can people find more?
So I have a website, so it's www.crystalbluewellness.com. Facebook, Instagram. I think I even have a TikTok page that my son's helping me.
Okay.
So you can read more about my story, my philosophy around food, and more about my services, I guess, if you're interested in working with me. I also do workshops too, so cooking workshops, how to, meal prep, maybe one around smoothies. Or I also do other workshops on, I have a program coming up on, Energize Your Life, how you can do that. And so it's a 6-week program that we just work through those steps week by week. So yeah, watch for the classes and workshops, and hope to do some crystal ones soon as well.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to put all those links in the description so that people can find you. So I think that's all I have for you today. That was amazing and informative. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me. It was great.
And thank you for watching, and we will see you next time on The Light Within.